Hi, I'm Mo. The eSuit comes with the cable harness already installed. In this tutorial I will show you how to place the cable harness in the Xsens Link eSuit in case you need to place it in a new or different suit. First, I will prepare the lycra of the eSuit, which I will just call suit going forward. Then, I will place the connector string for the legs, followed by the string for the spine and finally, the arms. Before you start, make sure you have the following items: an Xsens Link suit and 3 connector strings, labeled legs, spine and arms. Let's start by preparing the suit. Lay the suit on a flat surface. Open all the zippers for the trackers on the front side of the suit. These have an orange marking. Once all zippers on the front are opened, turn over the suit. Open the large zipper on the back to open the compartment where all the connector cables will be joined. Now, let's place the connector string for the legs. Take the connector string labeled legs. It splits into the right leg and the left leg, both containing 3 connectors. The first for the upper leg, the second for the lower leg and the third for the foot. Open the suit at the end of the right leg and put your hand through the slot for the connector string. You can check if you are in the correct slot if you can see your hand at the opened up zippers. Reach all the way through until your hand reaches the back compartment. Now, grab the end of the right leg connector string and pull it all the way back to the opening of the leg. The connector for the right foot should be sticking out of the suit. Open the compartment on the upper leg and attach the tracker connector for the upper leg to the Velcro patch. Now open the compartment on the lower leg and attach the tracker connector for the lower leg to the Velcro patch. Zip up the connector compartments. You can repeat the right leg connector placement for the left leg. Once both leg strings are placed, take the connector end and pull it through the slit at the bottom of the hub pocket on the right. Next, let's place the spine connector string. Take the connector string labeled spine. It splits into the spine and extension, which we won't use in this tutorial. The spine contains 3 connectors. The first for the pelvis, the second for the sternum and the third for the head. First, take the pelvis tracker connector and push through the slit on the right side of the pelvis connector pocket. Place the connector on the pelvis insert Velcro with the cable to the right side. There is a recess on the insert to put the cable of the connector on. You can check if it is attached straight, if you can feel the ridges on both sides of the connector. Now, take the sternum connector. There is a slot for the connector on the left side of the neck of the suit. You can put your hand through the slot at the sternum pocket until you reach the back compartment, then, pull the connector through. There is a recess on the insert to put the cable of the connector on. Place the connector on the sternum insert Velcro with the cable downward. Again, you can feel ridges on both sides to check if the connector is placed correctly. Lastly, take the head tracker connector and push it through the slot on the top right of the back compartment. The last connector string is the one for the arms. Take the connector string labeled arms. It splits into the right arm and the left arm, both containing 4 connectors. The first for the shoulder, the second for the upper arm, the third for the lower arm and the fourth to the hand. Open the suit at the end of the right arm and put your hand through the slot for the connector string. Reach through until your hand reaches the opening at the shoulders. Now, grab the end of the right arm connector string and pull it all the way back to the opening of the arm. The connector for the hand should be sticking out of the suit. Fold the fabric at the shoulder to reveal the Velcro patch. Place the shoulder connector on the patch. Open the compartment on the upper arm and attach the tracker connector for the upper arm to the Velcro patch. Now open the compartment on the lower arm and attach the tracker connector for the lower arm to the Velcro patch. Zip up the connector compartments. You can repeat the right arm connector placement for the left arm. To finish up, zip up the back compartment. You have now placed all 17 tracker connectors in the suit. For more tutorials, visit the tutorial page on movella.com/tutorials. Or have a look at our extensive knowledge base on base.movella.com. Thank you for watching.